your leash, because what's your doggy gonna try to do? Your doggy's gonna try to walk away from you, run away from you. So let me say this, let me preface this. Okay, listen in, lean in, everyone. It's okay if your dog does not like this. This is a necessary maintenance thing that needs to be performed. Your dog doesn't need to like it. I'm going to show you how to do it safely, and I hope that you practice and you encourage your dog and you do lots of positive associations over time, and that you go slow if you need to and all those kinds of things. But do not back down because your dog doesn't like it. Okay? I don't like it when they scrub those little fucking things on my feet, but you can't be having nasty ass feet. Okay, we're gonna take care of hygiene. We don't want those clickety clacking. We don't want those. If you can hear them doing the clicky clacky, then that means that they're touching the ground, and that means that they are now pressing. They have the potential to press back into the feet. That's not comfortable. It's a maintenance thing. It's not negotiable. I don't do it because he doesn't like it. That's a dog. You're responsible for doing stuff for him so he is safe and not hurt and is healthy. Like, he doesn't like going to the vet either. Well, okay, like my dog does, but they don't like getting vaccines. They don't like having somebody stick their finger in their butthole, have their anal glands squeezed, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I myself have done that many times. Probably more times than I really wanna know. Vet techs, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, come over here, doggy. People are like, don't call him when you're gonna do something terrible to him. And I'm like, well, I don't think it's terrible. I think that it's necessary, and I'm very kind to him. He just doesn't like it. So, Enzo, come on. He doesn't like it, he knows what's gonna happen. He hasn't seen the trimmers yet. He's not listening, I'm gonna have to go wrangle him. Good boy. Come over here, right here to your place, please. This is makeshift place. Sit. Good boys. There we go. I'm about to trim his nails. Everybody, get your dogs. Just get your dogs if you want to practice. Let's do it together. Get your dogs and let's trim those little nails. That wasn't very good. I'll think of a better one. I'm going to come up with a good one. Okay, first things first, what do we need? Our slip lead. We got our little blankie if we need one. We've got, this is Neopredef, which is a prescription powder, like a Neosporin powder. You don't need this. This is just what I have. I also don't typically nick dogs because I've trimmed thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dogs' nails over the last 20 years. I don't know what a chalked chain is. Hold on, I'm gonna go over the quick, guys, don't worry. I have like 18 thoughts in my head right now, and I cannot look at the comments because it makes me lose my train of thought. I'm like, what's a chalk chain? Why are we talking about that? Okay, so I use this Neopredef because this is just what I have. It's just that Neosporin powder. I would not recommend using that. This is expensive, but I just wanted to demonstrate for you guys. And if I did have to use a powder, this would actually be great because the powder, if you cut their quick too short, you need to immediately pack that with some kind of powder that's gonna soak up the blood and help it clot. It's not the end of the world if you quick your dog. I've never in 20 years seen a dog bleed to death from his quick being cut too short. I don't know that that's possible, guys. So how do you tell? Really quickly. Good boy. How do you tell really quickly if the dog's nails are clear or white and you can see it? You can see the little quick. He's a little pink guy. He's coming out, and boop, right to the tip of the nail. Don't push it and cut past that final point because that's where that little vein is, and it'll be like, and it'll start to bleed, and you do not want that because everybody in the house is going to freak out. You guys aren't going to remember what I said. People are going to be like, I'm never cutting his nails again, and it's not like calm down. It's going to be fine. He's on to me. Yeah, he's like, it's best to, see, he knows. It's best just, he's, you know, it's going to happen. You know, it's best to have a positive attitude about it as best we can and get through it. That's what we always say. So, you've got your stuff, you've got your trimmers. These are my favorite trimmers. This is coming from experience of having trimmed thousands of dogs' nails. These are the trimmers that I prefer. These. I do not like the guillotine trimmers, the ones that come up like they're going to chop tiny heads off, because they don't work effectively. They bend the nail in a very weird shape. I don't care for it. There's a guy going by on a four-wheeler right now, just for perspective of what's happening. We got slipweed nail trimmers. We talked about powder. Oh, the black nails. If your dog has a black nail, this is super important. If your dog has black nails, typically you can see where the quick starts. When the nail comes out and points, on the underneath side of the nail, let's just pretend that this is our nail. Our nail comes out and it points. On the underneath side of the nail, that part of the nail that has been growing since the last time it was cut, you typically can kind of see where that is. Just use it as a guide. Just use it as a guide and follow that each time and try to shave a tiny bit more than you did last time off of it. And you can sometimes help those quicks not be so long and recede back. When you get them cut close enough without making them bleed or be uncomfortable, it actually helps the quick recede back in some dogs. So that's that. If you are cutting on the black nail, we're cutting, you're the nail. I'm cutting. I'm looking for a tiny black dot to appear. That is the end of the quick. So as I'm cutting and I see that black dot, that's my guide. I better stop. If I go further, it's gonna be a crime scene. Again, you don't want that. Okay? So, you can, if you have two people, that is best. Okay? It's always best to have a buddy when doing a procedure with a dog. Did you hear what I said? It's always best to have a buddy. It is safer for the dog. It is safer for you. It is more, there's more control of the environment, which means the energy's down. And it's not like somebody trying to frantically grab a dog. And that's all like making everything just like this. And for nail trims, you want your dog to be in this state when you start your nail trim. You don't want your dog to be running around the house, just took a shit in the backyard, did a bunch of zoomies, and you're like, Cooper, let's trim your nails. Nope. Trim nails after a place stay. Trim nails after a place stay. There's a four-wheeler. Again. It's the country. Okay, let me stop for just a second. Oh, I can, cat's nails I can tell you how to do, but I can't show you because, well, Nunny hates cats, so we don't have any, but for their own safety. Know your dog. But I can certainly walk you through that. If you'd like to DM me on Instagram, I can make you a little video and I can walk you through it. Make sure you guys go and follow me on Instagram right now, because I put a bunch more content on there than I do on TikTok, because I think TikTok is a scary, toxic place. Yes. Okay. Dremels are great too. My personal experience is that dogs that have experience with their nails being trimmed do a lot better with Dremels than first-time trimmers or dogs that are new to having their nails trimmed. So if you're an owner, I would not go at my dog the first time with a Dremel because of the noise. It freaks a lot of dogs out. I do not Dremel his nails. He does not care for the noise. I could. He would let me, but it's not necessary for me to do that. If I did need to Dremel, I would. Who said you're the cutest? That's so sweet. Thank you so much for saying that. Sometimes a gal just needs to hear that she's got friends, you know? No, I know. This is why I do it. I make him wait. That's why he's so patient and so calm, because I'm constantly making him wait and place stay and all this stuff. Okay, so the first thing you can do if you have a buddy and your dog is easygoing and is going to let you do it, Your dog can stand on all fours like this. I'm not going to do it with him because I do not trim his nails this way because I always do it by myself, and then we will cross-country nail trim where you're like, come on, come on, come on. And I don't want to play that game with him. So I lay him down on his side and I just get him lateral, and then I hold him like I would as a vet tech holding him for another technician that's going to very rapidly trim his nails. I've just been doing it so long that I had learned how to do it by myself probably 10 years ago. And if the dog is not known to be incredibly fearful or aggressive in some way, I'll do it by myself. I'm not going to go into that because that would have been arrogant. And I'm not going to say that because that's not helpful to anyone. And I don't want to see that in my character. Moving right along. Okay. So, this is what I do with little Nunny. We lay him down over on his side. Yes, but I love you. I love you. He doesn't like it, okay? So, my energy the whole time, I really don't actually talk to him a lot. I just try to be as fast as I can. But my energy the whole time is like, I love you. I am going to do this. Like, there's no point in you resisting because it's happening. But notice, I came at him at a proper time. I set the scenario. I didn't grab him and drag him over here. I invited him to come over. I told him where he was expected to be. I talked a little bit to you guys, waited till he was calm. He naturally just de-escalated and brought his energy down. And now I'm going to step in, right? You guys, a lot of you guys are struggling because you're not setting yourself up for success. You're picking the wrong time. Like, don't pick when your dog's like this. Woohoo! I didn't get to dance a lot today. Let me do it. To come at them with something that they need to be calm over, right? So set yourself up for success. Okay, I'm going to show you the hold. Ladies, this is important for us because we got really big dogs. You have to use their size and their positioning against them. This isn't about overpowering. This isn't about... Yeah, no, it's fine. It's only the 17th time you've done that. It's great. I'm glad you're having fun, though. I really am. Okay. It's not about overpowering them. Okay, good. Okay, sorry. There's no need to have a conversation with your dog about it. I do it with him because I am saying nice things to him and making sure he knows that he's doing a good job. But all the people that are like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, no. Do you hear that? That's way up here. If you're gonna speak to your dog, good boy, it's okay. I don't know if you can hear me. Good boy, it's okay, we're almost done. They don't fucking speak English, guys. Like, you do know that. So when you talk to them and have all this freaking conversation, time number 18, he's going by, and you have all this conversation, you're adding a bunch of nonsensical shit into the moment that doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be. Watch two vet ticks trim a dog's nails. Dog walks up, hey boo, what you doing? One of them holds, clip, 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 clip. Good boy, before the dog even knows what fucking happened. And they're like, oh, I came back here and then they gave me a hug and then I got a biscuit. Well, that's fun. That's why all those dogs look happy as fuck when they come to the vet like that. There are so many dogs that are like, hell yeah, I'll go back into treatment with you. You guys always give me cookies and belly scratches. Like, you're talking about women that are my size all over the world as veterinary technicians managing to get nail trims done, yet we're not doing it at home. When we have husbands and shit, notice, there is a very fine-looking man on the inside of that house over there, and I don't need him because I learned how to do this shit by myself in case I was by myself and I needed to. Okay. Hold. Yeah, because you're the best boy. Now remember, this is what's important. You cannot let go until your dog is calm again. If you do, you just taught your dog that doing this, I don't want to, don't cut my nails, boom, boom, is gonna get it something. Oh, I will lay here for 45 minutes. Don't think I won't. Sweating and everything. No, I can wait. It's fine. When you calm down, I'll let you up. It's okay. You don't need to get mad. You need to be patient. And then when they're calm, You let them up and you make a huge deal about how great of a job they just did. Give a cookie, do something fun, whatever, but roll that right into, that was great, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, the bottom legs are the money, right? Because dogs will gator roll on you. They will either roll this way and stand up, or they will roll towards you and kick off of you, okay? So if you hold their bottom legs, which are on the ground, they can't roll under and they can't roll this way. So I'm gonna, on what would be their forearm, right here, I'm gonna hold one and I'm gonna hold one on the bottom legs. This one's right above the hock. This is that little bony part that sticks out. That's the hock right here. I'm gonna put my forearm on my dog's neck. I am not placing my forearm on the part of my dog's neck that would inhibit breathing in any way, because that would be this way, right? We don't want to do that. I'm placing my forearm on the part of my dog's neck that allows him to have this movement. So that's steady, even pressure, not with my elbow, with my forearm. Oops, sorry, wrong arm. On my dog's neck like this. Do you see now what's going on? I can't get bit. The only way that you could is if the dog turned in like this, and if he does, you press down harder. And next time, be smart and use a muzzle next time. If your dog tries to bite you, do not give in. Go and get a muzzle. It needs to be done safely, okay? So I'm pressing down here, I'm holding here. I have my other forearm across his flank, which controls his hip, going like this and going like this. So now, have you ever seen a guy wrestle a steer? It's kind of like this a little bit. So if you have a helper, that's the hold that you're gonna use. The other person comes in while you're holding, bam, 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 boom, bah! Just like that. I mean, you know, something similar to that. But if you don't have a helper, you gotta use your other body parts and appendages, okay? Ladies, my calf now becomes my forearm. My calf now becomes my forearm. Who is a candidate for this type of hold? Dogs that don't gator roll. If your dog gator rolls, don't do this. You need to use the first hold. This is for people whose dogs will at least hold still, even if they may not like it, okay? So, see, he doesn't like it. I would recommend always cutting the dew claw first, or you will forget it, okay? Move as quickly as you can. Place your finger as a guide to stop it from cutting. Let me show you. So when I hold his nail in my hand, this is his nail, this is his paw, this is his little digit. I'm gonna put my finger right where I wanna cut, and I'm gonna cut like this. Do you see how my finger stops it from going further? If you don't, and you start cutting a dog's nails like this, what do you think is gonna happen if your dog moves? You have no recourse, and it's gonna go right into the thing. So this is the nail that's coming out. You put your hand where you want it, and you cut this way, okay? Oh, best boy in all of time. Okay, dew claw first so you don't forget. I got my finger, my index finger to place as a guide. I'm gonna clip and move on. Clip and move on. Clip and move on. Clip and move on. See how I'm using my finger there as a guide? Clip and move on. I will do a final inspection at the end, but for right now, the point is to do it efficiently and effectively so that your dog learns that you aren't here to just make them, do some shit forever. That when we do this, it goes quickly. If I just do it, we can be done and then I can go on. Dew claw first. Okay, this is important. Don't try to make your dog's paw do an unnatural movement. Okay, so instead of making the dew claw come out this way, that's unnatural for my dog to do that. I'm gonna curl the foot under and come at it from this way, using my my middle finger as a guide now, because I'm using my whole hand and my index finger to hold this. So I'm gonna push my middle finger under the dew claw and clip it. Same thing over here, I can't turn it that way. So I'm gonna turn my body like this, using my index finger, moving really quick. Oh, the skaters are coming out. Okay, back paw, same thing. I'm gonna use my hands to push up each little paw pad. I'm gonna use my thumb as a guide this time because I need my underneath fingers to push it forward. Can you tell how many vet assistants I've taught this to over the years? Moving quickly. Make sure that when you cut the nails, you're coming this way, because if you do this way, you could potentially miss and cut the pad. You don't want to, or pinch the pad, and you don't want to do that because that's gonna make them uncomfortable. Next one. Remember, this is for dogs who do not roll or do weird shit. You know, they might struggle a little, but they're gonna get, they're gonna lay here for the most part. This could potentially, if you guys learn this could potentially, if you take your dog every month and spend $20 on a nail trim, that's gonna potentially save you $250 a year that could go towards heartworm prevention or a better flea and tick product or training classes. A lot of different stuff. You could donate it to your local shelter. A lot of different things. Veterinarians, I love you, but this isn't good miscellaneous money for you. Like, we need to be teaching people how to do this at home so that pets have a better quality of life, instead of waiting 5 months to go into the vet clinic and their nails are turned into their paw pads, all because we don't want to tell them how to do it at home and encourage them to do it at home. Well, I just don't want to do, the vet can do that. Do you take your baby to the doctor so the doctor can change his dirty drawers too? I don't know, maybe I want to do that. I still got a toddler. Okay, we're gonna do a final inspection to make sure there's not any places I missed, anything that can go shorter. Looks pretty good. Now for the piece that is a stunts. And you have a perfectly happy dog who will do that again and again and again and again and again. Okay, so what would have happened if we would have quicked him? What do we do? If you're really nervous the first time, I want you to get a little, don't use white. You won't be able to see it. What can you use in lieu of this? Flour. Cornstarch is my personal favorite. Cornstarch is my personal favorite. If it thickens in the kitchen, it'll thicken on the end of a nail. That's what I always like to say. Okay. Flour, cornstarch, we talked about that. We talked about not using white for the plate. I thought I brought something out here. I guess I didn't, sorry. Okay, but we're pretending this is cornstarch. You get it on the end and you pack it on the end of the nail, thick. You do not do this and then try to pack it on there. That's nothing. You gotta get a good little clump like this. Pack it, this is the end of the nail, pack it on the end of the nail. Yeah, and the blood, it's gonna bleed and then that's gonna get all clumpy, and then you just keep packing it in the end of the nail and just wait and it'll stop bleeding. Yeah, he's like, why do you always do this to me? Nutty. He knows that his nickname's Nutty. Oh. Can you give me a high five? Good boy. Can you give me a touch? Good boy. Sit. Yes. And then always make sure you do some tricks at the end just to get them dialed back in and engaged with you, like, oh, that was just part of what we do. Now we're moving on to the next thing, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully that was helpful.